historical day. We're about to begin the program. Got real quiet, okay. I am Lindsay Taylor. I had the pleasure to be working with Monica as her event consultant and community placemaking. And I just want to bring her up as this is a very historical day, an emotional day for a lot of us here, especially the east side of Buffalo. So I'm going to get out of the way for our executive director, Miss Monica Pellegrino.
Quite a day today. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to be your MC today. I'm the executive director of the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation. Honored to work for this really significant project and a really great board of directors. I want to start out by thanking some of our attendees who are here today, really thanking all of you, but a very special recognition for the Regional Revitalization Partnership, Empire State Development, our Community Advisory Council, who lives in this neighborhood and has worked actively with us side by side, our volunteers, Senator Kennedy, Majority Leader People Stokes, the Wilson Foundation, M&T Bank, Key Bank, many, many, many legions of supporters who helped save this building and helped to get us to this really momentous moment today. It's my honor to introduce our chair of the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation, a great leader for us, and that's James Morrell.
Thank you, Monica, and welcome again. It's a great day for the Central Terminal, our Broadway-Fillmore neighborhood, the East Side, and the city of Buffalo. I would like to first take the opportunity again to thank my fellow board members, our executive director Monica, and our assistant Drew for their continued support for getting us to this point. I also want to take a personal note. I grew up not far from here, down Pederisky Drive, and Crystal will know this is our neighborhood. So be able to come full circle and be part of this historic moment is really important to me. This announcement is a game changer and the first step in bringing to reality a long-sought dream that the Central Terminal will have a new future. We are excited to announce the selection of CB Emanuel Realty, the Alexander Company, and Rise Community Capital as the preferred developer, the team that will lead us to making a giant step forward with the reuse of Central Terminal. Their passion for preserving the essence of the historic structure while focusing on creating constructive community assets aligns with our community-driven vision for the terminal's future. We are here at this historic moment after years of hard work behind the scenes with our volunteers, our Community Advisory Council, our funders, the City of Buffalo, elected officials, and supporters near and far. This will be a vibrant mixed-use campus that will foster community and opportunity for all. We have focused on maintaining this building in the present while planning for the future, that the future starts now. We will continue with a very strategic and steady approach to redevelopment. We will keep the community updated on our plans as they come together, and our focus over the next year will be to engage our talented developer team who will lead us to the eventual full-scale reuse of the Central Terminal. Thank you.
Thank you, James. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Ben Upshaw, representing CB Emanuel and our development team.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. To our elected officials, members and friends of the Central Restoration Corp, all those present, I want to thank you for allowing me to speak very briefly this morning. And on behalf of CB Emanuel Realty, the Alexander Company, Rise Community Capital, we are excited to be here this morning and to recognize this chapter in our history with you. The Central Terminal Restoration Corp is the owner and caretaker of this local and national treasure and has been overseeing it for the past 23 plus years. It's worked tirelessly and endlessly to bring us to this moment. This community, the city of Buffalo, are forever indebted to the work of the Central Restoration Corporation and for its vision, for its tenacity, and for bringing us here today. So let's give them applause. I also grew up on the east side of Buffalo, and when I was a child, I would take music lessons on Broadway. And not far from here, there was a shop, and some of the older Buffalonians may know this. It was called Edwin's Music Store. So Edwin's was a very popular music store for musicians in the 70s and 80s. And any given morning, you may go in there, you may see someone from Rick James, the Stones, and the City Band buying instruments. You could see Grover Washington Jr. might come through, or somebody from Spiral Gyra. And you would see their posters all over the music store. And it was a special time for me as a child. And going to those music lessons, there was this magnificent, majestic building that was called the Central Terminal. So why are we here? And why is this building important to Buffalo? Why is this building important to this community? I could tell you that the Central Terminal opened in 1929 and that it served more than 200 trains and 10,000 people each day. But that's not why we're here. I could tell you that it has Art Deco design, and that design is an integral part of Buffalo's architectural legacy, but that's not why we're here. I could tell you that the Buffalo Central Terminal was placed on the national and state registers of historic places in 1984. And all of those things would be worthy for us being here and engaging in this work, but that is not why we are here. We are here because thousands of people celebrate Dingus Day here. We are here because there are still people that have concerts here, and they still celebrate great and wondrous events on the community lawn. Some people even still get married here. Yes, in a structure that has been abandoned. Think about that. For over 40 years, people are still coming to the Central Terminal because it means something. It means something to Buffalonians. It means something to me. Even in the short time that it was open, it closed when I was 10 years old, and I'm a man that's past 50. Most of these people that come and celebrate here have no memory of this ever functioning as a terminal. I don't. I know it did. Never came here. But yet it's a special place. It's so special. That is the true reason that we're here. The true reason, it represents hope. It represents our heritage. It represents our culture. It represents all the reasons why the residents of Buffalo toil at the task of making this city a great place to live and work every day. It echoes past memories of greatness with the promise that greatness can return in a meaningful way, that highlights the past, acknowledges the present, and anticipates the future. And that's why we're here today, because we're all willing to dream, hope, but most importantly, work to make those dreams and hope a reality. And for that, I want to thank you for coming. And to our state and city officials, the Central Terminal Restoration Corp, and all those gathered here today, on behalf of the development team, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Big day for us, and we're excited that we'll have a long partnership together. And now I'd like to invite my friend and longtime collaborator in this, Lisa Hicks from the Office of Strategic Planning.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here today for this special occasion. And I'm actually happy to be here on behalf of Mayor Byron Brown. He sends his regrets for not being able to attend today. We'd like to recognize Senator Tim Kennedy, Majority Leader Crystal People-Stokes, Karen Utz from Empire State Development, David Enger from Ralph C. Wilson Foundation, James Morrell from the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation, Ben Upshaw from CB Emmanuel Realty, Common Councilman Mitch Nowakowski, and also Erie County Legislator Howard Johnson. We'd also like to thank Governor Kathy Hochul and Empire State Development for the state's involvement in this project and so many others in our great city. We're very proud of the hard work that the Mayor's Office of Strategic Planning and the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation have completed. We've been working together for the last few years to develop plans for the redevelopment of the Central Terminal and 59 Memorial Drive. Congratulations to CB Emmanuel Realty, the Alexander Company, and Rise Community Capital for being selected as the development team for this project. Your expertise and professionalism will restore this historic structure and transform the surrounding community. Mayor Brown's administration is dedicated to development and neighborhood building throughout the city of Buffalo, and projects like the reconstruction of the Central Terminal catalyze continued development throughout the city of Buffalo. So we're very excited to see this project unfold and offer congratulations.
And now I'd like to invite Senator Tim Kennedy to the podium.
Thank you, everyone. Well, good morning. And how about Monica Pellegrino-Fakes? Isn't she incredible? What a wonderful leader we have here. And really the whole team here at the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation. I really want to thank you and those leaders in the community that stepped up over many years in the preservation community to help ensure that this magnificent palace has the ability to be restored and become once again a true icon in our community. I too want to recognize Lisa Hicks and the Office of Mayor Byron Brown for their great work over many years in partnership. Legislator Howard Johnson, Councilmember Mitch Nowakowski, Karen Utz from Empire State Development, of course, Governor Kathy Hochul for her extraordinary commitment of funds to this project, and my real partner in Albany that is so important to our community, and is not just a leader, but a real friend to Buffalo, to Western New York, and to our great state, our Majority Leader, Crystal People-Stokes. Today, yes. This is a great day to celebrate. And, you know, we're moving forward with a vision for an iconic Buffalo landmark for the future. And we're really thrilled today that the team of CB Emmanuel Realty, the Alexander Company, and Rise Community Capital will lead the reuse efforts here at the Central Terminal. Those beautiful and inspiring words by Ben Upshaw. You know, Ben, you're speaking everybody's story here. You know, we share that story and that passion for our community and where we've come from and where we're going. And James Morrell, thank you for your leadership as well and your friendship and partnership in moving this project forward. You know, this team that's being assembled has a real track record of delivering results and ensuring that the most complex of projects comes to fruition in a beautiful and extraordinary and magnificent way. That's why I'm excited about the fact that this group is being assembled to preserve this historic structure. You know, the structures tell a story. And this story here at Central Terminal is about our city's past, but also what the future holds for our city and our region and really our entire state. It's been a long road to get us here. And it's taken all levels of government working together in partnership with the community and CTRC to make that happen. Back in 2019, Majority Leader People-Stokes and I, we requested that New York State deliver $5 million to get the terminal on track for future development. And we delivered that. And what that did is it helped this facility seal itself off from the inclement weather, ensure that on a day like today, it's colder inside than it is outside. Make sure you get your hand warmers. But this money was used really in building toward a reuse and revitalization that our community deserves. It helped to shore up the structural deterioration the terminal has seen over the years due to our harsh winters here in Buffalo. And it's the kind of state investment and the investment we're seeing here today that'll continue to bring the iconic Buffalo landmark back to life. The funding will help to open the floodgates, and now, with a commitment of over $60 million in state funding for the Central Terminal, we could go on to the next level. And so the next step starts today. This ongoing process is truly going to integrate the terminal into the fabric of the community, weaving into everyday life of residents and visitors alike. And the Central Terminal deserves to be more than just a beautiful building that we see from afar. With the team that has been assembled here today, we're punching the Central Terminal's ticket on a journey to transform it into an engine of economic development, address our ongoing housing shortages, and help to anchor and unify the revitalization of the historic Broadway Fillmore community. So once again, congratulations to the incredible team here at CTRC. Thank you to CB Emmanuel, the Alexander Company, the Rise Community Capital for believing in what this incredible institution can become, and for our great partners like the Ralph Wilson Foundation and Key Bank. We know that we're in good hands. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator. And now I'd like to introduce Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes.
Thank you, and good morning, and to God be the glory for all the great things he has done, because clearly you can see his work in here today. You can see his work by the people who have spoke before me, and you can see his work in the plans that are going to go forward. I am super honored to be here. I, much like James, could look right up Pederisky and see this building on a regular basis as I headed to School 31 and or Sperry Park. This building was always there. Now, I've never been on a train. I've never got on a train here. Never even been in the building until I had the opportunity, and I'm giving God the glory for this again, to serve as the New York State Assembly member. And the board reached out, CTRC, the original board reached out. They said, we need bathrooms. Okay. My very capable staff and I came over and we took a look at where these bathrooms were going to be restored at, exactly where they were before. And that's something we can do. So we found a capital investment to make that happen. And as you heard, Chris listed out all of the, Ben rather listed out all of the events that happen here. They happen here because they needed a bathroom first, right? And so I really do want to thank the previous board for their due diligence. I mean, these were community volunteers who poured blood, sweat, and tears into keeping this place in a condition that it could be where we are today. And so for them, we stand on their shoulders, and I'm grateful to them. I see some of them in the room. You will never, ever be forgotten. Your work will never be forgotten. And to the current board, under the leadership of this amazing young lady right here, and certainly her board, I'm just super impressed. Some people, I work in Albany, so most of my colleagues are from downstate, and they always can find something that they think will make me embarrassed about being from Buffalo, even if it's just the weather they want. But it doesn't make me embarrassed at all, because I know my people. I know where I come from. And I'm super proud to wear a shirt on a regular basis that says Buffalo against everybody. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, people like those that are in this room and who made the plans to make sure that this iconic building will forever be available to people in our community, That's what you call Buffalo tough. Buffalo rough. We're not stepping back just because it's a challenge and it looks really hard. As a matter of fact, we're stepping into it. And that's what has happened here. So again, I certainly want to honor all of the elected officials who are here. The protocol has been mentioned on that list. I don't have it in front of me, but you all know who you are and you know what you've done. Congratulations and thank you. And I certainly want to honor the governor here because, again, another Buffalonian who is Buffalo tough. When people tell her no, she steps in too to try to make things happen in the best interest of our community. And so for every single one of you, particularly E.B. Manuel, I'm so super proud of these brothers. I remember years ago when they invited me to see their work that they were doing in Brooklyn. I was like, yes, we want this work to be done in Buffalo too. And not only have they done it in multiple projects in and around Buffalo, but they're getting ready to do it in my beloved iconic Central Terminal. So I am beyond pleased. And certainly to Rise and Alexander, your financial and other supporters, thank you for what you've done. Ralph C. Wilson Foundation just makes me emotional thinking about your contribution and the contribution that Ralph Wilson left to our community. So thank you very much for that. I look forward to coming to Dingus Day. Dingus Day is actually a great time. If you've never been, you want to try it. It's fun. I look forward to coming in here and musicians play here. I look forward to coming to see African dancers here. I look forward to the concerts that will be held here. And I look forward to your total plan in helping you make it a reality. And I give God all the glory for everything that you have done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Majority Leader. And now I'd like to invite Karen Utz from Empire State Development to the podium.
Thank you, Monica. Good morning. Good morning. I'm certainly old enough to have fond memories of the Central Terminal and thought that I would be able to share some of those stories with you this morning, but Monica very politely and appropriately said, it's going to be chilly, you have 2 minutes. On behalf of Governor Hochul, I would like to congratulate everyone who has had a role in moving the Central Terminal project forward. The ultimate goal, of course, is to reestablish the terminal as a vibrant, year-round regional venue that leverages diversity of spaces and reflects the cultural and economic assets of the Broadway-Fillmore neighborhood. New York State and Governor Kathy Hochul support the master plan and its vision. In 2022, Governor Hochul came to Buffalo to announce the $300 million regional revitalization partnership, of which $54 million was committed to the Central Terminal and leverages an additional $7 million in philanthropic and municipal support for a total of $61 million. Governor Hochul's state investments at the Central Terminal are intended to help breathe new life into this landmark, redevelop the complex to meet the needs of the growing and diverse community, and restore one of the region's rich architectural assets so it can continue building economic momentum throughout the region. I want to thank Monica and the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation Board, Mayor Brown, and all of our economic development partners, including the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, for their dedication to the Central Terminal. We are all excited to see what the team of CB Emmanuel Realty, the Alexander Company, and Rise Community Capital will accomplish at this historic site. Thank you.
I'd like to just pause for a moment. When you have these massive projects, you have to celebrate the big wins like this, but then you also have to celebrate the small things, like the heaters are still on.
It's a big thing.
We turned them on 2 hours ago, and they were supposed to last 2 to 4 hours, and they're still on. So that's our small win for the day. And now I'd like to invite Dave Egner from the Ralph C. Wilson Foundation. We're really excited that Dave could travel to be here with us today.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. If you could indulge me for just a minute, look into this great hall. Transform yourself back to the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, through most of the 70s. Picture the bustling. Picture the connectivity of Buffalo to the world through the rail system. Picture what this building was. In 1979, the last train left this station. It could have been abandoned, the lights could have been turned off, but this neighborhood embraced it. Events happened here. The Great Lawn became active at the right moments. There was great love and passion for this building. And then there were great leaders that saw what could be in the future of this building. And so Monica and James, thank you. And thanks all to the neighborhood who kept the lights on when the last train left. Thank you to the Center for Regional Strategies who pulled together the RRP money that made the dollars come together. Thank you to the state and the county and the city for seeing the vision and contributing, and philanthropy and the banks and the corporates for getting on board. But indulge me again. Look at this great hall. Now picture it bustling a few years from now. But instead of connecting the world by rail to Buffalo, it connects this neighborhood in a way it hasn't been connected in 50 years. The Broadway Market connects. Martin Luther King Park connects. The businesses on the avenues connect. Beverly Gray's work and the Foundry's work as entrepreneurial trainers start new businesses that connect. This is the great connector. And we're so pleased and proud to be a part of this effort. And I can't wait to come back here in a few years and see this bustling great hall and make the walk from MLK Park to the Broadway Market to the avenues and see just what this neighborhood has become after years of having under-resources, after years of having no ability to see how you might connect to a business and an entrepreneurial opportunity. It starts here. Thank you.
And now I'd like to invite Councilmember Nowakowski.
Good morning, everyone. Today is really a wonderful day because perception is reality. And as the local council member, I spend my time going to block clubs, knocking on porches, and talking to people in real time. And they pick up the newspaper or see the infusion of dollars on TV and they say, council member, is this real? Is it really going to happen? And I want to say that their perception really is going to be reality. And nothing says reality like construction and nuts and bolts and things actually happening to transform this beautiful and majestic space. I'd like to also thank my predecessor, David Franzek, who in the mid-'80s to early '90s saved this structure in a court injunction from being a pile of rubble, because him and a group of volunteers knew what this place could be. And I like to say, I was at the right place at the right time. I got to represent Broadway Fillmore when things are happening. Things are moving, dollars and cents are coming, but the folks before me had to hold the place together and to give neighbors the promise of what it could be. And I get to come in during the good times to actually see it happen, and I'm grateful for that. And as the local council member, like Mr. Upshaw said, a lot of people don't have memories of taking a train here. So I spend my time with the senator and the legislator and other folks of having neighbors connect with this space in a different way. So I host Harvest Fests, Halloweens, flu shots, food giveaways, backpack drives. So a new generation of people don't just look at this space, but they engage with it and create their own new memories. And I know that the best is yet to come, and I know that we can't replicate it to be a train station again, but we can have adaptive reuses for everybody to be able to use. And I was a kid in the mid-'90s, and my grandfather, well, with the last name like Nowakowski, my grandfather during Dingus Day put me in his car to take me down to Artie's when you could still smoke and sit on the bar stool at 9 with your grandfather, and no one really said anything, and enjoying Dingus Day. And so as I have those memories, I'm now the council member making sure anybody with an SKI that enjoys this neighborhood during Dingus Day doesn't use the neighborhood as a bathroom. So I don't get to enjoy it. I'm out here policing, making sure everyone behaves appropriately, enjoys and celebrates Dingus Day, but also respects this neighborhood. And I'm really thrilled, and I know the best is yet to come. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least is our Erie County legislator and friend, Howard Johnson.
Hey, it's an honor to be here today. It's an honor to be here with CTRC and the Broadway Fillmore community to see this vision come to life. With this being the most important week in sports, it's Super Bowl week. So I'm reminded when Sean McDermott took over the Buffalo Bills back in 2017, his overarching theme was trust the process. Monica Fakes has kind of been that pseudo coach for this project, and we've had to trust the process with her. She's always saying, hey, look, trust the process, trust the process. And many conversations I've had with her, it was always trust the process. And so I want to thank Monica for her leadership here, for adopting the philosophy of trusting the process, because sometimes she has to be the general manager, sometimes she has to be the coach, sometimes she has to be the officer coordinator to call the right plays to get this project where it is now. So thank you. So the adaptive reuse of this space will be a benefit to the Broadway Fillmore community and inclusive to all residents of Erie County. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming today. You know, this is really the People's Palace. This is about people. This is about you. This is about this really great welcoming neighborhood. And we look forward to continuing to build memories. We hope you come to our events this summer. There's another season of events. Support us in many ways on social media. Follow our progress. We will keep you involved, and we hope that you will keep us involved. And we thank you so much for helping to celebrate the day with us today. It's the start of a great future. I wanted to invite you, to anyone that's staying, you can look around the concourse. We just ask that you grab a hard hat. Our volunteers set up some artifacts in the old ticket agent gift shop room that you can look at and film. And I also would invite the speakers to come up, and we'll take some photos at the close of this. So thank you everybody for coming and for your ongoing support.